Today on the Philly Talk podcast, we discuss Jaquan Hardy and what he can possibly bring to this running back room. And yes, training camp is here. Tomorrow, we get Eagles is back, baby.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking Sixers in the Bird Gang, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today, we got some things to talk about with tomorrow being day one of training camp. But before we get into all that, help your boy out and hit that like, subscribe if you are new, and ding that bell so you know when these videos drop. Also, check out Manscaped. They still got the Platinum Package 4.0. They got a bunch of new summer products. If you want the Platinum Package or just one or two things, go pick it up. Manscaped.com. Use promo code PhillyMike for 20% off and free shipping. And let me know what you think about it because I've been loving the new stuff. Now, Jaquan Hardy, 24 years old. He was brought to the Dallas Cowboys as a undrafted player. Has a cool little story hanging out with Zeke and Hard Knocks and all this. He's our biggest guy. Only 5'10", but around 225. If we look at every running back on this roster going into training camp, who's going to stay, who's going to be cut, practice squad, we don't know. He is the heaviest. Does that make him automatically get a roster spot? No. But I do think the Eagles are looking for that Jordan Howard type guy. Hey, I would love to bring Jordan Howard back if he can promise no more stingers. His injury history since joining the Eagles is just unfathomable. And it's crazy timing, crazy scenarios, and they always say day to day, but he's never the same after. It's just wild. Now, in this picture, he runs hard. He got some PT week 18 when we played all our backups against the Cowboys starters in the first half. They dropped like 30 points on us in the first half. They put the backups in and still dropped 50 on us. And Jaquan Hardy had a couple runs. Here are the runs. The first one, just a tough run. Pick up about 4 or 5 yards. But look, 1, 2, 3 Eagles. 3 Philadelphia Eagle players contact him, and he's still able to bounce off. So he is that contact balance type running back. But again, he couldn't beat out Corey Clement, ex-Eagle, now Cowboy. And before Cowboys guys get up here and say, oh, your running back room is so bad, you need to have this guy on your roster, we got to see if he makes it out of camp, first of all. I like his weight to go along with guys like Sanders and Gainwell and even Scott, but he got to make it. And you took our scraps too because Corey Clement, one-time Super Bowl hero, is a shell of himself with them knee problems. So you got our garbage, and we'll see what we got. You know, not our garbage because Corey Clement always has a little spot in my heart, but he's not the same play. You got our scraps, so we'll see where he fits. But again, just runs hard in the limited snaps I can see in the NFL. Again, this is our backups. But the bigger one is this. You're talking about a 3rd and 6. It's the fourth quarter. We're getting blown out. Still got backups in. But a nice run out of the shotgun. Able to show his little versatility, little hop, and then just carry 2 guys into the end zone. And again, didn't get much playing time because of Zeke, Pollard, Clement. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm not trying to say this is going to be the guy that changes the running back room. We led the league via Jalen Hurts and the backs that we did have. So I don't want too much change into the running back room, but we're losing Jordan Howard most likely. And so we might need a contact balance back. I'm not saying he's the guy. You might go veteran. You might not. He's only 24 years old, but he does have that toughness. And we'll see what he does in camp to possibly earn a spot or not. We're not hanging our hats on this. Now, I do want to go over some camp notes because a lot to look at. And I know the first thing everybody's going to say is how Jalen Hurts performing. Again, I don't think we're going to find too much out about Jalen Hurts. We know what he needs to work on. And again, you're going to set him up for success in these. Now, I know some joint practices, maybe the Cleveland Brown players want to make him look bad. Same with Miami Dolphin players. We'll see. but you still won't really see what Jalen Hurts can bring. Consistency as a passer, which is his main thing, time and anticipation, reading defenses, autonomy at the line of scrimmage, being able to throw the ball deep. Do all you need to do until the season starts. And our first opponent is somebody that we should be able to take advantage of via the ground and via the pass. I mean, they got better on defense, but they're not lights out. But these are some underrated things I want to see. I want to still see Epps. Although I'm a big believer in Epps, I want to see him because in small sample sizes, he played good. So I want to see Epps continue to grow and Wallace, right? This is Wallace's year to say, man, I've been doing a lot of talking on Twitter. It's time for me to put up or shut up. Yes, we got Tart. Yes, we got Harris. And yes, we got Epps. But these are not like world beaters. Kevon Wallace can easily show that he has something to offer the Eagles and try to get some PT. The Philadelphia Eagles like to rotate their safeties, play 3 at a time once in a while in certain packages. So Kevon Wallace could easily get some playing time if he tries to live up to that Clemson being vouched by Brian Dawkins. And I know, we're not, he's not Brian Dawkins, but a Clemson guy. Brian Dawkins had high hopes for him, and he hasn't been able to put it all together on the field, whether it's injuries, timing, this, that, and the third. We also want to look at these young DBs, Tay Gowan, who look like he's working hard in his offseason, Mario Goodrich, Josh Joby. I still want to look at the guy the Eagles drafted in the 4th round in Zach McPherson, right? We got Kerry Vincent. We got some young guys on this roster on DB that might have to get some playing time in dime packages, might have to come in for a play or two if one of these guys are tired and or get nicked up throughout the season. I like our corners in Slay, Maddox, and Bradbury, but who's that guy that we feel confident to play a quarter if needed? Is it McPherson? Is it Gowan? Is it Goodrich or Josh Joby? I think it's big. I like Jimmy Moreland as the backup slot for Avonte Maddox, but again, that 4th and 5th guy might get PT here and there, and we got to see who steps up in training camp and preseason. Let's also look at these linebackers. And I said old versus new is because Davion Taylor has now been on his team for 3 years. I feel like I only watched him play 3 games total, but he's been on this roster for 3 years. A guy like TJ Edwards showed what he can do as our only linebacker that can be somewhat formidable last year. How much time are they going to lose to guys like Kaiser White and Nakobe Dean, right? Reddick is playing a certain way, right? He'll be on the field as a linebacker, but he'll be doing all the stuff we need him to do to help out this pass rush. We still got BG coming back. We still got Josh Sweat. We brought back Derek Barnett. Milton Williams is going to bounce inside, outside. You got the big D tackles, but we still need Reddick's present as a game wrecker. With that being said, is the old guys going to lay down? Pause. Davion Taylor showed talent when he was available. I'm not saying I want Davion Taylor to beat Kaiser White or Nakobe Dean. I think they're two that are going to show that they deserve to play. But if they're playing up to par, it's only going to get Nakobe Dean and Kaiser White to play better to take the spot. So iron sharpens iron, and I want to see the old linebackers that have been on here for 2-3 years versus the new linebackers. Who wants it more? Let's go to number 3, wide receiver spot, right? We know who the wide receivers are. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. I like Quez Watkins for number 3, but who really gets it? 3, 4, 5 spot. Is it Quez, Pascal, Reagor? Is it Pascal, Quez, Reagor? Is it Quez, Reagor, Pascal? I don't think Pascal was brought here to lay down, and I think from the slot, both them have experience in Quez and Pascal. I think Quez should get it. Maybe Sirianni thinks Pascal should get it. I don't think nobody should be given it. It should be earned. Who do I think's going to win is different than who wins, and that's what training camp will provide us. Number 4 is Andre Dillard because I still think that he's one of our biggest trade pieces if we think we need another piece somewhere. The offensive line is pretty good, and it's always good to have depth. A swing tackle goes a long way, but can he be a swing tackle? We've seen him come in for Jordan Mailata and hold it down. And we saw the pictures, right? Andre Dillard looks different. He looks different. He looks like Andre the Giant. But what I translate on the field, his mind, his body has never been this ready for a season. But he's coming into that fragile state as a first-round pick to Is he an asset for this team, or is he an asset as a trade piece? And number 5, I got Carson Strong because, minus these knee problems he has a pretty decorated college career. Not decorated in the sense he did great things, but his resume is pretty good. He's been around. He's played a lot of games at the collegiate level. And from all reports, whenever he got the opportunity to throw the ball, whether it's to Britton Covey, Devin Allen, well, I think they will be here at 6, 7, 8 as who's going to take that spot in special teams. We'll talk about that still, but let's stay Carson Strong. I think Minshew is a solid backup. I think he's one of the best backups in the NFL, and at the contract and at the price we have him for, why trade him? You need a guy who can come in and win you a game or two if Jalen Hurts goes down. But if Carson Strong can show that he has the ability to be that backup that we believe in, that can come in and do it, he's as cheap, if not cheaper, than Gardner Minshew. And when push comes to shove, if a quarterback goes down for a team that can get to the playoffs, that can win the big game, and he's only going down for 3 to 4 games, knowing that he'll be back, what better piece to have than a Gardner Minshew? So I think Andre Dillard, Gardner Minshew are 2 pieces that could help us if we keep them. So we got to do our due diligence. Is it really beneficial to get rid of them? Because they can come in and save our butts, but also be a piece that, Sam Bradford wasn't worth the first round, but the Vikings got desperate. I'm not saying first round for either of them, but in crazy circumstance type time, push come to shove, they still can get you a pretty solid pick. And we're still looking to build for this future, because as much as we got the 1-year contracts and the older guys, I believe this team is still getting ready for the future that we're about to have. And then, like I said, who's the special team guy? Is it Devin Allen, the 100 and 300 meter hurdle champion? Well, he won one and the other one was controversial. Is it Britton Covey, the shifty young small guy? Can Quez go back there? So there's just so many aspects that you could look at this team and say, these are some underrated, underlying things. Now, I want to know from you in the comment section. Let me know what you want to see. Another one that just comes out of my head, Aaron Sipos, who at one time I said was the punting GOAT. I jumped the gun, of course. We all did, right? Sip God or whatever they were calling him. He finished the season very poorly. Ugly punch, some shankers. Let's see what he has to offer. Or do we bring a guy in to test him, right? There's a lot of pieces. Just the last couple of days when Philly Mike was sick, I started hearing rumors that Jalen Reagor might be cut or try to be traded again. How could we trade him without his value going up? That's another thing. Dillard, Minshew, Reagor. Keep him? Cut him? No, I'm not cutting the other one. Trade him? You know what I mean. But there's just so many different aspects to look at this, and I think we have a perfect tandem. A perfect matchup with the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. Great DBs on both sides. Great wide receivers for the Dolphins. So it tests our defense, tests our offense. And we about to see what happens, right? Deshaun Watson is one of them ones, supposedly. I think he's a top 10 quarterback. We'll see how he tests our defense. And then the Miami Dolphins have a lot of versatility at the wide receiver spot. Probably a top 5 wide receiving core in Waddle, Reek, and Cedric Wilson. So we'll see how all that goes. Again, let me know some underrated, underlying things you want to see from camp. There's plenty more. This is just some quick notes as I get ready to see tomorrow. And hopefully we get some footage for some of the great beat writers we got out there. Dave Spadaro did message me back. I didn't want to get Dave Spadaro on the show prior to camp so we can talk about all the what ifs. I want to get some reporting, a week and a half of reporting. Dave Spadaro is going to be there live. August 7th is the live practice. I might be there. And if I'm there, I'm going to go live on my phone so we can talk about it as we see it. But a lot of things coming. And I just want to get the right info. I don't want to hear come week 1. Well, remember back in training camp, this wasn't reported, but now we heard a source say that this guy was struggling. I'm just kidding. Shout out to D-Gun. He should be coming on as well. Hopefully we get some good reporting from everybody who's covering the Eagles. And if it is bad, let us know right then and there. I'm not saying that everybody got to be great. We might have some hiccups. We got some new flowers, I should say. But all that being said, hey, it's been a while since I got on here. The last couple of videos were already recorded from previous videos. I just clipped them because your boy was sick. So now that I was sick, I get on here and I don't stop talking. 15 minutes. Camp is tomorrow. Give me your medium take, your hottest take, your realistic take. It's time to let it loose because the Philadelphia Eagles season is on deck.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
You already know.
Keep that roots going, baby! Roots on 3! 1, 2, 3, roots!
Love is everywhere!
I should be going live tomorrow and or dropping a video. We got stuff to talk about. Peace.